Hello, everybody, and welcome to the third episode of the WBN podcast. I'm your host, and I'm joined once again on commentary. We got Damon, and also on commentary this week, we got Tom. What up, Damon? Talk to me, man.
Hey, what's up, Michael? How you doing, buddy?
Doing real good.
Yeah, you want me to just jump into it, huh?
Dive right in like a swimming pool's in front of you, brother.
Okay. Since the last podcast that we had some beautiful things happen with this project, surrounding this project. We had some parabolic movement. I didn't look at any numbers or have any notes before this podcast because I like to keep it as organic as possible. Giving the people our true selves, nothing commercial, nothing put together. We had some parabolic movement. We hit 18.5 million market cap at all time highs, 350x from launch, and it was something that was beautiful to see, man. It was something that I didn't even think it was going to do that quick. But what it showed everybody was that what we have here is real. What we have here is carried by vibrations, frequencies, and ultimately a wave or waves. What happened was just, I'm lost for words to even explain how it happened. The feeling that we all experienced, the team, the community, just the overall vibe of this project is just amazing. And I want to touch on a subject that I think is important regarding the parabolic movement. So when this all happened was right around Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, the day after, around a time where family was together, where people joined to show appreciation and love to each other. And I believe, and the team believes, that when you move with love and good intentions, you always win. Always, no matter what. And that's what happened around that time. And we continued success, and over the next few days we, like I said, hit all-time highs. That moment when we hit all-time highs, it kind of gave me a feeling of, wow, people really get this. They understand this. They see what this can do for the average person, the hardworking people. This is a way out. I know we said this in the other podcasts. I don't want to repeat myself, but this is a way out for people. What's the other way out? A Powerball ticket, or who knows? But this is a way out. And I think a lot of our holders, a lot of the community, the team, they seen that. They seen that, wow, this is really it. This is a unicorn. When you're a young child and you ask your mom or your dad, and you say, Mom, Dad, are unicorns real? And they say, yeah, honey, unicorns are real. Nobody's ever seen one. Well, this is what they were talking about. We've seen one. We have one. This is our unicorn. The way this chart, the way this community rallied, and to feel the vibration, the high vibrations coming from this project is just something that I can't wait. I can't wait till there's thousands and thousands of people whose lives get changed daily. I think that will spread. I think it will spread like a wildfire. And I think people will get it that finally, these are my people. These are the people I think like. These are the people I feel like. These are the people that I love like. People that want to pass it on. But in the process of that, we got attacked. And we got attacked by degenerates on social media. And they attacked us because anything good or worth having gets battle tested. And that's what we did. We got battle tested. The team, the community, we held strong, and we knew what was happening because we know when people stand up for something, evil and darkness comes at it. and it comes at it to see, is this real? Is this vibrational frequencies that we're feeling? Is this real? You know, and yes, it's real. And that's what happens when you finally see some success. They say success is the best revenge, and they'd be right. It is. But with success also comes darkness, evil. And we experienced that early here. And I'm glad we did, because I told the team, and and we discussed many times that this wasn't going to be a cakewalk. This wasn't going to be a walk in the park, that we were going to have to fight. We were going to have to sacrifice, and we were going to have to be here for each other and sacrifice for each other. You know, the culture of Web3 cryptocurrency is people who don't think for themselves. They follow the leader. And it's sort of like real life, our society. People just believe anything they hear and blindly follow somebody. And it's usually right to the slaughterhouse. Uh, we got attacked, and we withstood it. We held our ground. But that's not the last time we're going to be attacked here. We're putting out high vibrations. And when you put out high vibrational frequencies, low vibrational people, evil people, dark people will attest it, because they don't like that. They don't want it around them. So it's like, in the midst of the success and the parabolic movement, there we got attacked. So that was kind of the what happened in the last 2 weeks since the last podcast. And we've been, standing strong, marketing, talking about what our marketing strategies is, and how we're going to do it, with what tools we're going to use to do that. And I can see now that this is something that is here to stay. This is something that we're not going anywhere. We have a team here who's dedicated. I'm talking and I'm listening to my voice, and my voice is raspy, and uh, I can hear it. I can hear it breaking up. And guys, I can get loud. I'm a passionate person. And every time I talk and I hear my voice crackling and breaking up, I get reminded of why my voice is crackling and breaking up. It's because I'm passionate. It's because I won't shut up. I won't be shut down. I will not be quieted. They will not cancel me. They will not cancel us. We will see this through to the victory. We are a strong group of human beings. This team, everyone on this team, are selfless, are honorable, have loyalty. But most importantly, this team has integrity. And mostly everybody on this team, and I say that because about 90%, 98% of the team have never in their life even thought about breaking the law, have never thought about hurting someone, have never thought about doing anything bad, or anything of that nature. Well, I have a past. 15, 20 years ago, I was in the streets. I made some mistakes. Uh, but I was given a second chance, and I took that second chance, and I did good with it. I changed my life, and now everything I do, my intentions altogether is to give back, to make this world a better place. For me to take my wisdom, to take my knowledge, to take the lessons, to take the blessings, and give it away. Give it away. Give it away to society. Give it to this project. Give it to my friends. Give it to my team, to make this world a better place. And I know that when people hear my story, especially younger people, when they hear my story, maybe they'll be encouraged. Maybe they'll be motivated to know that you can make mistakes, and you can also turn it around. You can make mistakes and grow from it. You can make mistakes and become a better person. I'm a free thinker. I have always been a free thinker. And I encourage people to be free thinkers. Think for yourself, act for yourself, stand up for yourself, love yourself. But yeah, I told the guys early on, when we have some success, because I am doxxed, because I am an open book, people are going to bring up things about me. And I said, I'm willing to sacrifice all that for this team and what we believe in. And if they don't accept that, then so be it. And I know I'll be attacked more in the future, and I don't care because what we have here is far more greater than what I did 20 years ago. What we have here now will change the world for some people. And I'm honored to be here. I'm honored to be here today with you guys, Mike, Tom. And I just want to let you guys know that I will never back down. I will always stand up for you guys. I will always stand on principles and I always bring values and morals to this project. And it is our intentions here to help as many people as we can, not only to learn about cryptocurrency, but to find financial freedom. And hopefully, if they can stick around long enough and join our ecosystem, they can find generational wealth. That's all I got right now, man. I have a couple few closing statements, but for now, I'll pass it over to Tom, man.
Before you go, Tom, I just want to say Happy New Year's comes in many different ways, and Happy New Year's to all our listeners, the WBN podcast. And Damon, everybody loves a good redemption story, brother. Everybody. Tom, talk to us, man. How you doing?
Hey, great, Michael. How you doing? I'm sitting here listening to Damon, man, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, the best way to describe what's happening right now is WBN's a movement. It is a cryptocurrency token, but it's really a movement. And, we've highlighted a bunch of, economic stuff. 70% of the people are living paycheck to paycheck, which is just insane to me. People have a flat tire and, most people don't have the money to fix the flat tire. The poor are really getting crushed in the economy. We know that, with inflation, the cost of food, rent, healthcare, etc. And all the small businesses where I have a passion for, are going away. But I kind of wanted, as you were talking, Damon, I was thinking about like, you know, you know, we're a movement, and the movement comes in so many different, methods. But basically, I wanted to talk about the low end income earner, and basically, minimum wage. So here it is, 2024, and the minimum wage in the United States of America is $7.25, which just blows me away. The last time they moved the minimum wage was 2009, which ironically was 15 years ago, which is when, we came out of the Great Recession, or we were, in the middle of the Great Recession. And the Fed just basically printed nonstop money for the last 15 years. So, go look at a bag of potatoes from 15 years ago. Go look at a bag of, French fries, whatever. I mean, everything that you do, everything you consume, your electric bills, everything you buy in a store for the most part, excluding televisions and a few, electronics, everything is double or triple the price, So, we were going to talk about common sense tonight. So I was thinking the common sense is basically, why is the government so against raising wages, with inflation? They come out with these economic reports all the time, and, they say, oh, wages are going up. And, well, maybe they are for the high end wage earners, but, the minimum wage people, they haven't moved it for 15 years. So, they can spend unlimited amounts of money on everything from, wars to stuff going on all over the Congress, whatever they're appropriating money for. But why won't they help their own people? I keep asking myself, why are they not helping their own people? It just seems so simple. And then I start to think to myself, there's probably a very good likelihood that we're going to have UBI coming in the next maybe 2 years. And UBI is what's called universal basic income, where basically every human, in America will get a monthly income. And, there's reasons they're doing that, everything from artificial intelligence to, less manufacturing jobs, all kinds of things. But it's just inevitable that, that's where we're going. But to me, it's like it's a casualty again of the nonstop printing of money of the Federal Reserve and the government spending money. Right now, if I told you the minimum wage in 2009 was $7.25, the minimum wage today should be about $20, maybe $18. So the question is, why isn't it? Why don't they make those rules? Well, I started thinking in my brain, why does it seem whenever there's an important decision, the decisions being made are based off what's best for the company, not the employee, not the wage earner. So, why can't they make decisions based off of what's best for, the people? And most people don't know this, Mike and Damon, but there's 12,000 lobbyists in Washington, D.C., which just is a staggering number of people. And what most people don't realize is when people go to Congress, and we talked about that in a previous podcast, but people go to Congress and they, these are not janitors, janitors, electricians and plumbers. These are wealthy, old money families that, run for senator that are, worth 20s of millions of dollars. But so they go up to Congress, they serve, whatever their, term is, say it's 6 years. They serve a 6-year term, and guess where they go? They go be a lobbyist. So basically, they enter the government as a congressman with a $20+ million net worth. They leave Congress with a much higher net worth, and they're like, well, why don't I go to ABC Lobby Company, where they'll pay me $3 million a year because I know all the people on the inside. So, I'll get whatever deal's done for you. And anyways, man, it to me, it's just like, it's such a screwed up system because it's like, everything I just talked about, did anything help the people? Wages, no. Going to Congress to, appropriate bills for whatever they're doing, none of this is about the people. It's about the companies. It's about, McDonald's or, Costco or, whoever it is. It's what's best for the companies. And wouldn't it be great if we could get back to how it's supposed to be, which is, we have no lobbyists at all. There's zero lobbyists. The electrician is running for Congress. He gets elected or she gets elected. He or she goes to Washington and makes choices and decisions based upon what the people, want or what they need or what they are lacking. And, so anyways, that was kind of my first one, which was just the wages are so, obvious that, but again, do you hear, it's like crickets, it's crickets in Congress, having people, to do anything, God forbid, for the people. And so again, Damon, when you're talking, it just made me think that, the WBN's a movement. This is a way for, the people to have, a voice and our community to have a voice, because again, I don't have a lobbyist. Mike, I don't think you have a lobbyist. Damon, you don't have a lobbyist. I mean, it's ridiculous, but Costco or whoever can, spend, $3-4 million and get a lobbyist, and, voila, all of a sudden something good, happens for the companies. And it's just, the whole system is screwed up. But I really think WBN, the best way to describe what's happening, and of course, we're really very young, but it's a movement. It's a token, but it's really more of a movement. So those are my thoughts, Mike.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Lobbyists. Wow. There is a lobbyist for everything under the sun, most of which things that are bad for you. I was shocked when I read how many sugar lobbyists there are and how many, like any industry you think of, they're just lobbyists. What a crazy system we have. Now, you were touching on some things earlier, Damon. It sounded like you wanted to collect your thoughts just a little bit. And I could understand that. We're all a little bit fatigued. It's been a long holiday season. It's been a long New Year. And like he was alluding to, we saw our chart skyrocket, and it really came out of nowhere almost. We didn't expect to grow that fast. We weren't anticipating anything like that. And it's cool though. It was very. It just let me know that what we're doing is the right thing, and our efforts to give people an option in Web3. It just let me know that we're absolutely doing the right thing, you know. And I feel good about it. I really do, and I feel good about this team. So, Damon, are you there, sir?
I'm here, Michael.
Okay. So you had some other things you said you wanted to talk about. Well, I want you to talk about them.
Okay.
Get it off your chest. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath and just ah. There you go. See, feels good, doesn't it?
Here we
You
go.
got it, brother. You got it.
A couple months ago, when we started to put this team together, I knew we needed the right pieces here to accomplish the goals and the vision we had here. I knew we needed certain personalities and certain attributes from different people. I knew we needed different people from all walks of life because we were going to have to connect with people from all walks of life. I knew that it wouldn't be easy. I knew it wouldn't be easy. And when you tell people, guys, it's not going to be easy, it's going to be hard, you know, there's not that much thought that gets put into it from people. They say, oh, yeah, I know. But then when things actually happen and you say, hey, I told you guys this wouldn't be easy, you get the kind of feeling of, well, damn, I didn't know it would be this hard. Yes, it was going to be this hard. People were going to be personally attacked. The project's integrity was going to be attacked. We were going to have to show that we were loyal. We are a loyal team. We do have integrity. This project does have integrity. They'll try to bring up certain points of people's past in this project to try to destroy the overall integrity of the project. And what I wanted to talk about, and I had to collect my thoughts on it because I wanted to have the right delivery and not just be talking out of context or exalting certain things. And what that was people, I noticed, have fallen victim to society's plan of not thinking for themselves, not analyzing or using common sense or logic, just overall looking at something, thinking about it, seeing what your intuition says, and says, hey, you know what? That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I'm not feeling it. But because of the control system's tactics, it takes it takes away from our spirituality. It takes away from people listening to someone and saying, "Oh well, man, is that what it is? Is that what it is? Is is that what's happening here?" No, they don't do that. They automatically assume that whatever comes out of someone's mouth is true, and that's not the reality of it. The reality of it is people throw anything out there. They don't care what they say, who it hurts, what are the consequences of that. They don't care. And that hurts. That hurts people who are the victim of that. And a lot of people in this team have been hurt from the recent allegations and things being said about the people in the project and surrounding the project. And I explained to the team that social media is a different world. It's a world without consequences. On Twitter and different other sites, people hide behind profiles, and they can say and do whatever they want on social media, and there's nobody there to hold them accountable. So what do? They go harder, they go deeper, and I think this is an issue that will plague our society for years to come. People say, I don't want the government getting involved. I don't want things regulated. And well, when you don't regulate things and there's nobody there to put in rules or enforcements, it's no holds barred. It's people going for each other's neck, saying things without any truth to it. And what I want people to understand here is we're not here trying to force people into our project. What we are here to do is to let people know that we have a project that is for people who are like-minded, that is tired of this brainwashing, this indoctrination, this cognitive dissonance. We're tired of it. We're tired of not being able to be ourselves, not to think for ourselves, not to stand up for ourselves, basically not defending ourselves, because in the end, the truth sounds like hate to those who hate the truth. And that's kind of cliche of me keep saying that, but that is the truth. People hate the truth. I think Bob Marley said it one time. One time he said, and this is not word for word, but it's a quote he said. He said, everybody's so used to everything being so fake that when they see real, everybody tries to kill it. And I think about that, and I'm just like, wow, man, people for a long time on this planet, they got it. They got it. They were spiritually awake back then, years ago. Even when you read ancient wisdom and different type of quotes, you know that people were awake years ago. But I see why they never stepped up. Or when they did step up, they were killed. They were killed. I see the effects of social media and maybe the impact it has on our elections. And I'm not going to get into politics, but social media, and I'm speaking on this, guys, because social media isn't gonna change anytime soon. It is our new reality, and that new reality is egos are now people's identity. It's people's identity now. Their true selves don't even exist. It's this image they have of themselves that they built through social media, and they go with that. And they go with that on social media, and they go with that in the real world. And this project has so much relevancy to that, because what we're trying to do is we're trying to get people to understand that you need to search on the inside for your higher self, because on the inside is all the answers. It's all the answers. Your intuition will get stronger. Your faith will get stronger. You'll become more loyal to your friends, family, and yourself. But you have to know that you have to search inside for that. It's not going to be out here in the material world. It's going to be on the inside. And in this community that we have here, in this project that we have here, Tom mentioned earlier, we're not just a cryptocurrency. We are a revolution. We are a movement, because inside this community, we can help each other. We can network. We can talk to each other, teach each other, educate each other, and give each other those important talks, that the important motivation that they're not getting from the real world. Kids aren't getting into school. There's a lot of ugly in the world today. And this project it has so much good to it. It has so much good to it. And cryptocurrency, like I told everybody before, is a way out for people. It's a financial ecosystem that's set up where nobody can dictate it. Nobody can control it. They just can't keep printing more and more and more and more of it. Once a project is launched, that's how many tokens are there. You can't magically make any more. You can't magically dictate the price. But with a lot of projects in social media, they do dictate the price because teams that launch it have bad intentions, and that's why this project is out there. Because most people I seen get into cryptocurrency, they got hurt. And when you're a selfless person, you see people get hurt. You want to try to change things. You want to try to make it a better place. And that's what these 12 people did here. We joined forces to make cryptocurrency and our world a better place. And I just want to say this isn't going to be easy. I never thought it would be. Uh, but I'll tell you what, man, this is going to be worth it. This is going to be big. This is going to be big for society. And this is going to change the world for some people. Because the people we don't get into this project, the people we don't introduce to cryptocurrency and educate them on what cryptocurrency is, guess who's going to get them? Yeah, BlackRock, the government and the banks, the Federal Reserve, and all the elites. They will point the finger and say, hey, go there. And guess what's going to happen? The public's just going to blindly go there. And then they'll be tied into them. They won't be able to make the financial gains that they could get on their own. So what we're trying to do is educate people here at the same time, help people find spirituality, and become better people. So yeah, Mike, I just wanted to finish with that. But I'm passionate. I'm passionate about this. I've sacrificed literally everything in my life, and I'm being attacked right now, and I don't care. They can bring it on. There's nothing I have to hide. There's nothing I haven't already forgiven myself for and moved past years and years ago. Let's talk about what I'm doing now. Let's talk about what I've done since then. People don't want to do that. They want to bring up your past. The underdog, the second chances. Like you said, a good redemption story. I'm not here for that. I'm not here to prove anybody that I'm a better person than I was before. My actions do that automatically. Um, I'm here to change the world. And although we may not change the world for everybody, we can change it for some people. And for me, that's good enough. Yeah, Mike. Yeah, Mike.
I actually think that we have changed it for a bunch of people, and there would definitely be more. Tom, do you have any closing words on episode 3 of this fine podcast of ours?
Damon was talking about the ecosystem, about, it made me think about, like, working together, in our ecosystem, learning together in our ecosystem, growing together, and, helping each other. I mean, that just to me is common sense, so, I told you I wrote down a few notes about common sense, but it's a great tie-in, because it's like, you know, we could talk for probably a week on things that we see in this world today that, are lacking common sense. You just look at it, your intuition says that makes no sense. And, so I jotted down a few here, Mike, but, the first one is the national debt. So the national debt is $34 trillion. That's not 34 million. That's not 34 billion. That's 34 trillion. That is $100,000 per person, 300,000 to 400,000 per family. I mean, that's just insane. Do you think maybe the people in the government should spend less money somewhere, military, cut expenses somewhere? It just makes no common sense. The other one we kind of highlighted in an episode or two ago, but it's really important because nobody talks about it, but manufacturing, because we need good paying jobs as I talked about before. People making $7 an hour doesn't really help anybody. But if there was a manufacturing plant where someone was making $28 an hour or $30 an hour, that's a decent wage. And but we lost 7 million jobs in the last 25 years. So does it make sense as a country, to buy more cheap products from China, or should we buy less goods made in the United States and add 7 million jobs? I mean, it's a no-brainer. But again, crickets when it comes to Congress and the people that are in charge of all this stuff. I mean, they should be putting incentives for all kinds of companies, to move their manufacturing back to our country. We don't need a bunch of 500 million cheap widgets from China. We need a fraction of that in something made in America. So we spend $700 billion in defense spending, but go drive around in a car, go look at the roads, go look at the highways, look at the bridges. Do we have any high-speed trains? Why are there trains in other countries that go 400 or 500 miles an hour, and we barely have any that go a couple hundred miles an hour? I told you I went to Dubai earlier this year, and I was just blown away by the infrastructure, the cleanliness, the amount of money they put into their own cities. And it's like, how about the schools, the parks? You can just go on and on and on. But rather than spend $700 billion in defense spending, and take 300 billion of that and start fixing our infrastructure, to me makes common sense. And I highlighted this one last time as well, but it's important. These guys are hell-bent on not letting us have a recession. They're going to print enough money, until we might not have a recession for 20 years. I'm exaggerating. We will. But, if they would just naturally let it happen, as opposed to, tinkering with the numbers and tinkering with the markets, we could have a recession. And recessions are good, man. They clean out the weak. They bring in the strong. It's kind of like a tree, a tree with a big foundation, it grows higher, it's stronger. It's more sturdy. It's kind of to me like a recession. You need a recession to get your foundation stronger. So that's something I see with, lacking common sense. And then the last one, is on the social side of things, but it's something I believe and most people in America believe. But I was an athlete. I don't think a man that's 6'4", 230 pounds should be playing basketball and taking a roster spot of a woman that's 5'7" and 140 pounds. I mean, it's just common sense. But like, who's making these rules, and who's in charge of all these silly things that make no common sense? And and I'm going to tie it back into the lobbying, Mike. But I mean, 50 years ago, most corporations weren't political. You didn't see, God, what's that old, like Sears, Roebuck, or whatever, like the old companies, they weren't all so political. Now you got all these companies that are political, and, it makes you think like, why don't they just sell a widget and not be in politics? Well, it has to do with all these lobbyists. And, so it kind of, for the last 15 years, I feel like I've been different than anybody else, but I choose where I purchase stuff. If there's a company that I don't agree with their, political, whatever they're doing, I go somewhere else. And that's the thing people don't realize is, I think 65 to 70% of our GDP is consumption. It's us buying crap. So going to a store and buying jeans or a sweater or a fishing pole or, whatever the heck it is. But it's us consuming stuff, but we as the people, have the ability to buy our products wherever we want. We've almost lost our spine. We've lost our, whatever it is that makes us decide where we go. And, we're influenced kind of like what Damon was talking about. We're following people rather than
intestinal fortitude. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. But anyways, I just think, the people need to take a stand. We, the people, are supposed to have the power. That's why our token is a movement, and it's way more than a cryptocurrency token. It's a movement. So it's like our ecosystem is a way for people to help bring the power back to us. And we just need a lot more of that, in today's world. And as we grow and as we get stronger, our ecosystem will get stronger, which will give us, more community and more togetherness and more, working together and learning together and growing together. And anyway, so that kind of tied in, Mike, just with the fact that we, the people, is how it's always supposed to be. And for some reason, we've lost that way. But the WBN network and our ecosystem is about the people. It's not about, a corporation. It's not about, a politician. It's about us, the community. It's about we. It's about what we are. So anyways, those are kind of my closing thoughts, Mike.
Thank you very much for that, Tom. Wow, people within the sound of my voice, when I tell you it has been one heck of a ride these past 2 weeks since our last episode, that would be the biggest understatements of all understatements. It has been an insane ride, and I've never been happier than my decision to be part of the Wisdom Bank Network. Damon, I think you kind of said your last words earlier. I just want to make sure you don't have anything else to say before I sign off on this episode, man.
I have a few more words. I looked at the time there. I think we got a few minutes here, if you don't mind.
Oh, it's all good. Go ahead, brother.
As we're doing this podcast, I can't help but think about the last 48 hours and what has actually transpired within the project, surrounding the project. And I won't get into details, but I have felt things inside of me that I haven't felt in a very, very, very long time. I have felt feelings, and I've had things cross my mind that 10, 15 years haven't crossed my mind. And what I'm trying to get to is, you will be tested in life when you want to and try to do good, because that's the way life works. I know that. I know that because my 46 years, it was easy to do bad things, wrong things, make the wrong choices, and make the wrong turns, and go down the wrong road. All that was easy. But to do the right thing is hard. It's hard, man. It's hard because we're living in a society where nobody does the right thing. So when they see the right thing being done, they assume that it's the bad thing, because nobody does good anymore. And I hope my mic won't break up from me raising my voice, but
It
nobody
probably
does.
will, but go ahead.
Probably will, yes. Nobody does the right thing anymore. Nobody cares about anybody else. Nobody Nobody cares about how other people will feel if you say something the wrong way to them. Nobody is accountable or is held accountable for what they say or what they do. And that's the world we live in. And I know that's not going to change. It's going to get worse. The internet is going to get worse. The streets are going to get worse. People's cognitive dissonance is going to get worse. People's indoctrination and manipulation is going to get worse. And that's the reality. In a few years here, if not this year, if it's not already here already, people will be leaving their job, going home, and putting on some artificial intelligence glasses and entering a fake world, a virtual world. But reality for us right now, it is a fake world. There's nothing out here that's real. And when people see something that's real or see something that has good intentions, they try to destroy it because they don't understand it. They haven't seen it their entire life. And that's something that's going to be hard for people to understand with this project. That it's not too good to be true. It's just 12 selfless people got together and came together to make this place a better place, to make it safer for my kids, for your kids. And yes, we're not going to be able to change the entire world. We're not. And I know that. But if we can change the world for some important people, then maybe they will give back. Maybe they will pay it forward. And I know they will. There's people in this project that has made financial gains that they would have never in their life made. And because of that, I stand here proud. I stand here. I stand here um, with integrity. I stand here and I'm just overall happy. I'm joyful that there was people that got wins that would have never gotten wins. And that's what we're going to do here. We're going to give people the opportunity to come here and find out more about themselves and find out their worth and know that you deserve the life that you want, the life you desire. You deserve it. Although this society has told you you're not worth much, I'm telling you that you are worth it. Your kids are worth being left a legacy. Your great grandkids are worth it. You know, when your kids are older and your great grandkids are born and they talk about you and what you and your friends and everyone did in this project, I'm sure no matter where we are, wherever this afterlife leads us, we'll feel that. We'll know that, hey, 30, 40, 50 years down the line, we're still being talked about because of what we did back then. And to me, this is why I do it. I do it because we are going to make this world a better place for some people. And oh man, being attacked is not easy. It's not easy to sit back and be attacked and not show any emotion and uh, just let people say what they want to say. Would not even know who these people are that are saying it. That's the hardest part. To know that the person that's talking about you and bashing you, we don't even know who that person is because he may be talking about one of us, something we did 20 years ago, but right now he's doing something far more sinister and he'll never be held accountable for that. And that's something hard as a human being to accept. Um, so yeah, I just had to get that out, let everybody know that man, listen, if you're out here and you're doing good and you're being positive and you don't get that same treatment in return, keep doing good. Keep pushing forward. Keep trying to make yourself better, make yourself family, make your family better, and making this world a better place because you, knowing what you're worth, makes this planet a better place.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. As I've said before, In my opinion, the truth has never been for the collective and for the masses. For the most part, the truth has only been for the few. And there are but a chosen few that break out of the circle that appears to be a straight line. For everybody within the sound of my voice, please be careful of the energy that you allow into your life. Protect your spirit. I hope you all live as long as you want and never want as long as you live. I'm Michael Anthony for Damon and for Tom here at the WBN podcast. We thank you for tuning in this week. We'll see you next time. Thank you again.